Hey, Forex Lens. It's 11:51 in the morning, Central Standard Time. I was just on like an hour ago because I was gonna stream. Well, not stream because it's a phone conversation. But I was gonna put it on speakerphone so folks could hear the interview with Andrew Crystal from Crystal Nation on Sirius XM, and I'll be with them for about 15 minutes. And yeah, I think we're going to be talking about the markets. And we're going to be talking about day trading in general and how difficult that is. And yeah, just kind of going through the gamut of just some kind of basic discussion on trading as a whole and how nightmarish it is. And he seems to have I had talked with him a little bit a couple days ago just to confirm our time and meeting, and kind of went over the gist of what the questions were going to be like. And he had been talking about the difficulties of day trading he's heard, and then he had mentioned that this has hurt people's lives before and everything else. And so he seems to have a pretty good handle on understanding the difficulties of day trading. And when he had mentioned that it has ruined people's lives before, I mean, that's a good thing to hear, because a lot of people think that day trading is like a for sure thing and you'll just become a millionaire very easily. And we know that that is not the case. We know that people struggle very, very hard to become successful traders. And we know that that is a very difficult endeavor for people to become successful at. It's very difficult for them to excel at. And we know that it's not easy. It is the very opposite of easy. So it's going to be I'm going to be going over, a pretty honest interview about day trading. I'm really not going to sugarcoat any of it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This should be fun. We will see how things go. And we got a whole bunch of things going wild right now. So we've got the S&P's down 2.23. We've got Dow Jones down 2.5. NASDAQ down 2.5. So yeah, when we were talking about these markets continuing to move down, that is exactly what we got going on. Just a lot of bleeding in the markets, which is good and not good. Nice to have some movement. We have to peel some off those equities, man. It is it is ridiculously overbought. Ridiculous. Cannot survive those kind of extended levels forever. Remember, I was discussing, before they talk, I'll go over a chart here real quick if we want to look at what's the definition of a parabolic move. And really, well, let's just kind of take a look at that. So what we're looking for in a parabolic move is a increase in trend angles as we move up. So we have a fairly neutral, slow, ponderous move, and then we have like an increase in our slope, and then a further increase in our slope. Seems to taper off a little bit, but then we increase. Guess that's almost the same. Then we increase, and then we increase. To me, that's fairly parabolic. That is a fairly parabolic move. That is when you have an uptrend followed by a series of higher sloping trends. That is a definition of a parabolic move. And so the one of the constants in the market is that parabolic moves correct with the same amount of force that they did when they went up. So we are looking at a fairly sizable move. If that theory pans out like it usually does, we are looking at a fairly sizable correction here. The pundits are speaking in the news and talking about how we're down 10% from the highs. I don't know. Traders, I had written an article on just a couple days ago for another client, and I'd written an article on the psychology of trading and how people who have been in this for a long time, people who know about the mentality of other traders, they look forward to days like this. We look forward to days of crushing prices. For one, because we know we can get a hold of a lot of people who are not emotionally in control of their trading. We know that there are most people cannot handle seeing their accounts on a big loss over a short period of time on paper. And we know that people's fear kind of feeds off itself. And so a lot of us have been out of the equities market for a while now. We are actually happy that the thing is collapsing because we want to get in again. We're, wishing for lower prices is not a bad thing. Getting some normalcy and equilibrium back in these markets is not a bad thing. It's totally normal, and we should be looking forward to prices capitulating farther. I mean, that is a very natural thing to want. We do this. I mean, if you're trading equities and position trading and all that jazz, you want to hang on to areas a little longer than we do when we're trading Forex and cryptos. I mean, there's a lot of changes, a lot of similarities in how long in the move. But when we're Forex trading, our position trades may only be a couple hours, or they could be for a couple days. Whereas in equities, you may be position trading for a period of months or even years. So yeah, we're always looking to where the best area is to maximize profit and get out of the market early so that we can rebuy in. Or on the inverse, cover our short before it gets too elevated and then short it again. That is the buddy of mine on Facebook sent me this picture. It's a funny picture, but it says, investing based on past performance is like driving while looking in the rearview mirror. Causes a lot of accidents. Yep, that is very true. Very, very true. We know that to be true. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this phone call. Looking forward to some further moves here in all of our markets. And we should have some... Hopefully we have a good conversation. Again, like I said, it's not going to be very long. It's going to be about 15 minutes. And that should be coming up here any minute now. Actually going to probably stand. But I'll stop the stream if they say they don't like this. If they don't like the speakerphone idea, then, we'll just have to wait till they send us a copy of the interview, and then we'll go from there. Looking really weak on a lot of these areas. The UJ just dumped about almost 100 pips, over 100 pips. From 109.74 to 108.67. It's a bit of a dump down there. Probably we are in a really supportive zone. I mean, it's It's a really historically supportive buying area. Supportive price zone. So we'll see how much participation up or down again we get. Because equities are still low. They're coming off their lows a little bit here. We've got S&P at down 2%, the Dow's 2.34, and Nasdaq's down 2.24. So, oh God. And my uncle just God, I know people are freaked out when they start sending me messages on Facebook. What's happening? Is the world ending today? Should I stock up? No, nobody asked me that. Is the Dow going to bounce off the low the other day, 24,146? Appears to be testing that. To me, it looks like it's going to fall further. Highest probability. I'll look at this behavior here. We are looking at prices going down with less participation. Not a good sign. When prices are going down, we want to see this kind of stuff. We want to see volume going up. So that is not healthy. Well, if this is the first wave of and I'd ask me how far it goes. All right, look at the Dow Jones Industrial. Looking at it on a daily. $21.5 would. I mean, I want to go by. Talking to myself, guys, until I get a phone call here. Probably could go see that gap close there. $21,377. I say that that's before February. I need my Gann square. Yeah, that's not it. 2418. All right, what are we looking at here? And then I'm looking at. Actually, let's do that 26608. Well, that doesn't work. That one does. Okay, what are we looking at? We're looking at 22, 24, 77, 22, 10, 22, 10. 2137. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was right just by looking at it. God. Two, one. Oh, what the hell did I just say? 21374. Before March. Well, actually, let me get the dates. What date was this? 11/4/16. Really? And we are in 18. So by 220, 428, 129. I'll say that 428. All right. Well, it is 10 after 12. We should be getting a phone call here fairly soon. I can imagine how boring it is to just watch me stand here. I'm not really going over anything. I freaking hate texting. My thumbs. I need a jitterbug or something. Remember those phones? Jitterbug. Let's see, what do we got going on with our cryptos? Ooh, they're having a little bit of a struggle. It looks like they want to curl a little bit, which is fine. It's totally normal. I like looking at I manage my own, what's this? Oh. Just got an email asking what my number is. So Should be getting a phone call pretty soon here. That's not a phone call. Wow, this candlestick, daily candlestick on the EUR on the pound dollar, that looks a little crazy. What am I doing? Pound dollar daily candlestick looks a little nuts, man. A lot of people want to buy that up. Glad I closed my shorts on that one. Hourly UJ looks like it's catching a bid there. It's looking a little healthy. Aussie dollar is peeling off a little bit there, trending up a tiny bit. Tiny bit, not much. Euro pound still doing its thing. The loonie is, I think my email sent that correctly. Hope that's... We've had a delay. Call you at 1:30. So 15 more minutes. Be here 15 more minutes, and then 15 minutes after that. Okay. So, I think what I'll do is, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll go upstairs. My wife knew I was going to be doing this radio thing, so she ran home real quick and she dropped off some Jimmy John's in the fridge. That is the key to surviving trading, is a great wife. Honestly. It is. Trading is so hard. I mean, man. It's unforgiving. That is a tight. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Good news for the pound. Smashed down. And then the euro gets bought up heavily. Oh, man, we've got... Oh, S&P's coming up a little bit. It's coming up off its lows. 1.88. Dow's at 2.3. Nasdaq's at 2.02. Dow's at 2.41. What? That's not right, is it? Oh, yeah. 2.36. That's accurate. Yup. I was saying that I manage my my Roth, I'll trade out of it and like positions, but I put 50% of my portfolio on my non-dividend ETFs and stocks, cashed them out, and put them into the SQQQ. That's the 3x leveraged NASDAQ short ETF. 3x leverage means that it's a bear ETF, so that means that it wants to short. It's a way that you can short the market, the regular stock market, without having to do it on margin. You can get an inverse ETF, a bear ETF, and they have like just a basic bear ETF, and then they have like a double leveraged and then a triple leveraged. So, well, like the 3x, the Ultra Pro Short, that one wants to do 3 times the performance of the opposite of the NASDAQ. So if the NASDAQ is down 1%, then the SQQQ wants to be down 1 times 3, so 3%. Or if the NASDAQ's down 2%, it wants to be down 6%. So you can see where there's a lot of I mean, I wouldn't recommend anybody do that unless you even know what you're doing, because those are for short-term hold, like really short-term holding, and the value of it, it's a settlement, and without going into a lot of detail, it's not something you really want to hold for a long time. It's not something I want to hold for a long time. So keep that in mind. Okay, the Aussie dollar, excuse me, is catching a bid, and the dollar yen seems like it's creeping back a little bit. So you should see the euro pound fall down a little bit more. I'm looking over here. What am I'm trying to get. See the Aussie dollar coming off a little bit here. That's good. Euro pound showing a little weakness. Probably we really want it to fall back down below this angle. UJ catching quite a bid there. That's pretty healthy. Like, it's good to see that. Or that noon reversal that happens. So excuse me. Oof. Pound dollar. Well, pound dollar just did its own nice retracement. Actually went further there. That's pretty good. Could have held on to that one. Man, I tell you, the loonies, right? That's going to be a good trade if it pans out. But I mean, we're right on top of I can't see it here, but there's a Gann angle that it's right up against. It's been trading up against it, and it has been trending up. But we really need to hit that target area. Yeah. Let's see here. Well, I'm going to grab that sandwich real quick. I'll be back. I'm not going to eat on camera, so I'll just start the stream again here in a few minutes when they call. All right? See you guys in a few minutes.